chance of this one going to points remote.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on Sky Sports Box Office, Mr. Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing is proud to present the main event of the evening. Two undefeated heavyweights. Somebody's has got to go. 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth and vacant British Heavyweight Championship. Sponsored by William Hill Vegas, StubHub, Lonsdale, and the motion picture Creed, starring Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone, in cinemas everywhere, January 15th. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge, Charles Giles. Timekeeper at the bell, Michael McCann. The three judges scoring are Michael Alexander, Ian John Lewis, and John Kane. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Howard Foster. And now, the officials are ready, the fighters are in the ring, and they are ready. Fight fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and purple, official weight 17 stone 9 pounds. He holds the WBC International Silver Belt and has a perfect professional record consisting of 16 fights, 16 victories, including 13 big wins by knockout, and his last 12 fights, all wins by KO. From Brixton, the undefeated Dyllian, the body snatcher, Whyte. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, officially weighing in at 17 stone 7 pounds. Since capturing Olympic gold, he has a perfect professional record, 14 fights, 14 victories, 14 knockouts, and he holds the WBC International Championship. From London, the Olympic gold medal heavyweight fighting pride of the UK, the undefeated Commonwealth heavyweight champion, Anthony Joshua.
Spoke to you both in the dressing room, you both know what I expect. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both you want your heads in close, good luck to you both. Judge Clubs.
Howard Foster in charge of 35 stone of power and malevolence. This one has had a real bad edge about it. A lot of trash talking, a lot of nastiness. Whyte trying to go Joshua. Joshua not taking the bait. Now it becomes very real indeed.
Seconds out, first round.
Officially for the Commonwealth and the vacant British title. But an awful lot on the line personally for these two as well. Whyte says he wants to expose Joshua as a fake. Joshua wants revenge for that defeat in the amateurs. And they've certainly come out fast, and Whyte is certainly setting his stall out here. And if he does land one of those big, wide swinging hooks of his, let's see what happens. But at the moment, Joshua very watchful.
I was like that. Whyte came out jabbing, and we get to see.
Joshua nails him with a left hand. Whyte in trouble already. The legs looked a little bit unsteady for a moment there. It was the left hook that did it.
He's too reckless. He's got to take it to Joshua. You've got to think what you're doing. He's not thinking enough. He's far too reckless, Whyte.
Well, I think he came out jabbing. He was looking to establish the jab, but Joshua's now caught him. And we'll see how his mentality changes.
but you can't match Joshua for power. You can see the right hand that Whyte's throwing. There's no real power behind it. He's not set himself properly. A great shot from
Sees
Joshua.
that right hand coming.
Yeah, he can't get into this kind of fight with Joshua. He's got to stay behind the jab that he started the fight with. Regardless of the kind of success, just that jab, that at least will keep Joshua at bay in some ways.
But he's not really a boxer, Paulie. You know, that's not what he's good at. He's a powerhouse that gets people out of there. And I really don't see him outboxing Joshua for any great length of time. He's got to use his power and try and get Joshua. Joshua hasn't been tested. He's got to test him.
Of course, no. Joshua being an Olympian, of course, we know he can box. But at least what I'm saying is, if Dyllian Whyte can keep using the jab, it'll keep Joshua
again
busy.
with one of those left hands. For the second time, it's the left that's shaken Dyllian Whyte. Sorry to interrupt you guys, but you just get the sense that any second something could go off here. And again a wobble. Again it was the left. Then a right comes through. Joshua sticks his tongue out at Whyte. Whyte in survival mode here already. The legs don't look good at all. And Joshua just grins at him. And Whyte is starting to come apart here already.
Whyte's got to hold. Whyte's got to hold. He's got to hold.
He's not doing it. He can't do it. He's still got nearly 45 seconds to get through here. Big swing and a miss from Whyte. Nice uppercut ripping in there. Whyte showing he's got a chin and a heart. But he can't fight like this for much longer. Can he even get through the first round?
Joshua's got a big smile on his face as he walks him down.
Can't miss him, can he? Whyte just swinging and hoping, and Joshua smirking at him with contempt.
Joshua is just in a different level from Whyte, and there's no getting away from that. He's in a totally different level from Whyte.
Well, I tell you, it'll do Whyte's psyche a bit of good if he can hear that bell. He's really had to dig in here. There was a good minute of a barrage he had to sustain and get through there. Can he hear that bell? That in itself will be an achievement.
It seems like he's got cleared some of the cobwebs. He got out of the round.
Okay. Well, that was Joshua hitting after the bell and Whyte not having any of it. Whyte's lost control. Whyte has lost control completely. Now what's happening here? Everybody's in the ring. Everybody.
I hope Whyte doesn't want to get disqualified. He's a boxer. He knows discipline is required, and he threw several punches after the bell. Don't tell me that he wants to be disqualified.
Well, Jonathan Banks has separated him, but some of his entourage, who we've never seen before, flew into that ring. And Banks is taking him by the hand and sitting him back down. Goodness knows who those guys were.
I don't know if this many guys are allowed in the ring, right?
They're not.
Under normal rules, somebody should be disqualified here.
Listen, he was hit after the bell. There's no question about that. He reacted to that. You can't blame him. But he should not have continued to react to it. He would still be throwing punches at Joshua now if they hadn't pulled him away.
Yeah, I don't like that they separated them and then Whyte came back for yet another attempt at taking a swipe at Joshua.
Yeah,
at that point, you've been separated. Let's go back to your corner.
Yeah, he was right to react. He was hit after the bell, but not to continue reacting. That was bang out of order.
Tell you what, it sets up a nice second round, though.
I was going to say, if you weren't excited enough by the first round, what about what happened after the bell and it was gone?
Yeah, well, the problem is Whyte had his best moments after the bell, I think.
He's got to get back on that jab, but Jim, I know he probably can't outbox Joshua, but at least he's got to keep Joshua busy. If he's putting a jab on Joshua, Joshua can't set up his hurtful punches.
Now, Howard Foster doing absolutely the right thing here and just taking the sting out of it, calming everybody, calming the two boxers down. And this crowd is getting super heated as well.
And I like what Foster's doing. He's trying to take charge right now because at the end of that first round, he was at risking losing control of this fight. Yeah. I like what he's doing right now.
And both boxers were at fault for what happened, don't forget. So, round two then of this 12-rounder. Of a fight that had plenty of nastiness attached to it already. And it spilled out there after the bell.
You see what happens when Whyte jabs at Joshua? He at least backs him up. Not to say that he's going to hurt him, but he keeps Joshua on the defensive in some ways. And at least it keeps Joshua from setting up his own powerful punches.
Well, Jonathan Banks did a great job just calming his man down and protecting him there. Just pinned him in a neutral corner, then took him back, settled him down. And what's Banks said, just to calm Dyllian Whyte down. And as you said, Paul, he starts off with the jab, but Joshua looking to tee off with those big, solid shots of his.
I like to see Joshua return the jab, though. You know, right? I think Joshua's too reliant on the power shot. I know he hurts him, but I like to see Joshua start jabbing back at Whyte.
I think in the heavyweight division, if you can come through the other guy's power, then it's just a matter of time, and I think that's the problem for Whyte at the moment. Joshua can come through his power, come through what he's got, and it's a matter of time. I would like to see Whyte trying a real solid right hand. He's going to have to take chances because he is not going to get himself into this fight any other way.
But can you take a chance against Anthony Joshua?
He's got to get off the ropes right now. You don't want to be there with Anthony Joshua.
Whyte trying to do just that. Joshua, big right uppercut, followed up with a straight left. The legs wobbled again. And again, Dyllian Whyte threatening to unravel here. And Joshua's picking him off as the guard drops a solid, crunching right hook. Whyte can certainly take a punch.
Oh, he hurt him.
And he shook Joshua. He shook Joshua.
Joshua's hurt.
Joshua's in big trouble. Massive turnaround here. Whyte going for it.
Whyte's got to be careful not to punch himself out, though.
This is what I mean, Paulie. You've got to use your own power when you're fighting a man who's untested. Test his chin out, and Whyte's done that.
Big right hand from Whyte.
He was like a wounded animal, back to the ropes. He had nowhere to go, nothing to do except fight, and he threw a big shot.
And it landed. It was all or nothing. And Joshua, for the first time in his career as a professional, shaken. And he's breathing hard again after that body shot.
That was a nice body shot by him.
It really was.
They don't call him the body snatcher for nothing, I guess.
So Joshua...
And Joshua, I like to see Joshua get on the jab, though. He's still not really using the jab. I want to see that jab from Joshua. He's a big man. Establish the length.
Joshua has never been in this situation before. He's never had to fight. He's having to fight tonight.
Yeah, and you don't want to lose control. Get on the jab. Do what got you here. Do what won you that Olympic gold medal.
And he's been hurt tonight. There's another one of those body shots that Whyte got him with earlier. They've both been shaken and they've both gritted their teeth and dug it out. What a round this has been. Joshua not looking good on his legs at all, and Whyte continuing to work the body.
Great body shots by Whyte.
Really
Great comeback round by Dyllian Whyte, I gotta say.
Well, Joshua survives the first crisis of his career, but he's feeling those body shots. Look at him in the corner.
And you know, see, when you do a lot of power work in the gym, you know, you can become a little bit muscle-bound, and it uses up more energy throwing punches. That's the first time he's been extended in any of his fights, and he was blowing. The body shot also took a lot of steam out of him. This is a real struggle.
Great catch
for
and
Anthony
shoot.
Joshua. This is why I feel Whyte should go for it. Use his power against a man who's not been tested.
You see how Whyte set that up, a great catch and shoot. He caught the shot of Joshua and returned with fire. He caught it on the gloves and returned with fire. We call that a catch and shoot in the gym.
I tell you, we're looking at Dyllian Whyte getting a talking to from Jonathan Banks. Anthony Joshua has had all that smugness knocked right out of his face. No grinning and leering now. This became hard work in that last round for Anthony Joshua.
Joshua's gotten on the jab here. Let's see. I want to see him just be rhythmic with it. Use that jab, use the feints with it. The way Whyte was actually doing.
Paulie, I think Joshua came out for the second round thinking the job was done. And it wasn't done, and he got himself in trouble.
Yeah,
concentration is so important here, especially in the heavyweight division.
And it's Whyte that's shown a bit of confidence here. I wonder if he'll continue to attack the body. He's sunk 2 or 3 really good left hooks into the midsection. Clearly hurt Joshua. Good hand speed there from Whyte.
Yeah, and it's just about mixing your shots. It's not, you don't have to put hurtful punches out every time. Just mix your shots, vary your offense. You can have that trickery and keep your guy guessing. See what he's doing, trying to put a jab to the stomach so Joshua lowers his hands and then put the right hand up to the head.
Joshua lands a swinging left hook, but Whyte has soaked up a lot of Joshua's best shots already and is still there.
One thing I don't like Joshua's doing is allowing Whyte to be first constantly. You want to be first. Like, use the jab first. You know, it's always Whyte initiating.
Yep, he's looked slow and kind of heavy-legged, Joshua. As I say, he's never had to fight like this before. And I wonder if all that kind of muscle-bound stuff.
Yeah, and I think he's thinking too much about throwing a big shot. Sometimes just use that jab, see what it opens up for you. You know, you gotta use that jab right there. You know, maybe it'll open up the big shot eventually. I think he's thinking too much about the big shot.
Look at his breathing, guys. He's blowing. This is a guy that's never been past 3. He's never worked up a sweat before. He's being dragged into something here, and it's Dyllian Whyte that's doing the dragging at the moment. I don't think Joshua likes where this is going. Now, can Whyte keep this up.
Another question, we've never seen Joshua go this many rounds. As the fight progresses, will he keep his power, or will the power diminish, especially for the body shots?
Paulie, we've never even seen him taking punches before. We've never seen him getting hit. He did everything completely his own way. Not tonight.
Yeah, and again, as the fight wears out and he starts, fatiguing and taking those body shots, will his power be the same? We'll find out.
Well, you keep talking about the jab, Paulie. That's there for Dyllian Whyte all night because Joshua's head movement is non-existent.
Yeah, and it's also just keeping Joshua busy. He's not able to set up his own offense if he's being jabbed at, and he's got to be defensive on the jab.
Again, a look downstairs from Dyllian Whyte.
Nice
Joshua looks for the response, though, and gets it. Decent straight jab from Joshua as well, but Whyte grits his teeth, soaks it up. He's really in this thing. Already the longest fight Anthony Joshua's been in.
Yeah, and what a fight it's been. He's having to fight for survival every second. A terrific effort from Whyte.
And Jonathan Banks very animated in the Whyte corner.
He's too stiff, Jim. He's too stiff with his, even when he throws that jab. Anthony Joshua's just a bit too stiff.
Is a massive, massive upset brewing here. Just about everybody said this one will be over after 3, but it's not been a good night for Olympic gold medalists, has it? Luke Campbell beaten earlier this evening for the first time. Now Joshua really being put through the mill here by Dyllian Whyte.
Yeah, but Whyte just keeps pumping the little punches up. They're not as powerful as Joshua, but they're more accurate. Joshua is the one who really needs to improve here. He's looking stiff, tired, a little bit muscle-bound.
Stiff and upright. Well, really having to work. Tony Sims, Peter Sims there with him, his brother. Round 4. Anthony Joshua has never been here. Dyllian Whyte has once. Solid left hand to start with from Joshua.
With the power that Joshua has, it's more important for Whyte to remain disciplined on his game plan. When you have the kind of power Joshua has, sometimes you can stray from the plan, although you'd like to see him stay disciplined. But Whyte has to stay disciplined all the time.
And Joshua's timing his punches much better in this round. His timing was pretty non-existent in the previous round, but this is better.
But he still hasn't got rid of Whyte. Whyte is still nipping away at him.
I like what Whyte just did there. He didn't throw a punch, but he stepped into Joshua's chest, initiated a clinch so he could back him up in the clinch. That way he got himself off the ropes.
And he's keeping his chin out of harm's way. He's been caught maybe high in the head, but not the chin.
Joshua's starting to try to get the timing on the jab of Whyte. He's trying to come over the top of the right hand. We'll see if he eventually finds a target. I've seen him try it a few times already.
And part of this is for a little bit easier for Joshua is that Whyte has slowed down. And he just tried to launch an assault there that lacked any kind of cohesiveness at all. Whyte then does land a right-hand counter because it was Joshua was horribly short with his attack as well.
Good work there from Joshua.
Yeah, nice combination inside.
Better again from Joshua, but again Whyte soaks it up straight back in front of him. Did you see that? Right back in his face.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give up that mental edge. Psychology of a fight, so important.
Well, Whyte hasn't gone as far as proving Joshua's a fake yet. Not at all. Again, a slip from the legs as Joshua landed again, but again Whyte bouncing straight back at him.
Whyte's taking the punches better now.
Exactly, yeah, these are the punches that Joshua's been knocking people out with. Whyte's taking them and he's still in there and coming back.
That's what I mean. As the rounds progress, how will Joshua's power hold up? That was the question. Although give Dyllian Whyte credit too with the chin he's got.
He's got a terrific chin. Whatever the result here, Paulie and Jim, I don't know if you'd agree with this, Dyllian Whyte has already shown enough to suggest he could well be a force. He's still very young himself in the pro game. Here comes Joshua again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's showing smart defense, Whyte, keeping the hands up, getting the chin down, taking the punches that he can't avoid on the forehead. Yeah, it's clever stuff.
And the longer you keep Joshua in the ring, the longer the longest fight of his career goes. And that can play the mind games too. You can see what, you can see what kind of reactions you get from Anthony Joshua.
Don't forget, Paulie, in a few seconds, Dylan Whyte's going into uncharted territory too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah.
new territory for both of them.
Yeah. Again, a punch on the bell has upset Dylan Whyte. There's plenty for both corners to be upset about.
Different class to him. All he's got is a swing, that's all he's got. Do you know what I mean?
You know, I think Joshua was the one who improved in that round. Timed his punches so much better. But Whyte showing he can handle the power. Yeah, good burst of punching. Certainly a big improvement on the previous round for Anthony Joshua.
You feel you hurt. You feel you got you hurt. You're trying to stop it. Keep your hands in the, keep your right hand in front of your mouth, man.
Seconds out. Round 5.
Round 5. How many people predicted we'd hear that tonight? Not many. The bookies were convinced it was a Joshua win inside 4. All the ringside experts, their bets have gone up in smoke. Interesting what Carl Froch said earlier when he said he talked to Anthony Joshua and got the sense that AJ wanted some rounds, but I'm sure Carl would agree he didn't want them quite like this. This is torrid, this is tough, and it's draining, and it's Whyte still on the offensive and still scoring. Big right hand. Joshua, when it does connect.
Joshua stole the combination from Whyte. That was the combination Whyte was using. Jab to the stomach, right hand to the head.
Whyte felt it, but again, he's taken it. Joshua, slow, methodical now.
Yeah, I think Joshua's got his mind back on the job. I think earlier he thought the job was done. He was a little bit careless, but I think now he knows his career, this stage of his career is on the line. So he's back to showing a bit of discipline and thinking what he's doing now.
Yeah, I think he's settled into the fact that this fight will go rounds. So he's got to maintain a game plan and be smart.
That's much better again from Joshua. Terrific counters. But certainly the notion that he can blast his way through Dylan Whyte has gone. He's having to pick his shots, and he's doing just that. This is a really good round for Joshua.
Yeah, he's timing his punches so much better than a couple of rounds ago. This is a real good job he's doing now.
You can tell from his body language that he's released the fact that he was looking for a knockout, and he's just trying to be technical. He's trying to win the rounds and see if it leads to a knockout later in the fight.
Well, I thought 2 rounds ago, Paulie, I think we talked about it, his body language looked terrible, as you say.
Yeah.
He's refocused, at least.
Yeah, he re-energized himself, you know. Sometimes you got to make the adjustment. That's part of fighting a 12-rounder. Nice right hand by Joshua. That's part of fighting these 10, 12-round fights. You know, it's something you got to make adjustments on the fly.
Well, it's a massive learning experience, this, for both of them, isn't it? It really is. Neither of them have had it easy tonight. And it's been pretty easy for both of them thus far.
Oh, good body shot.
Yes, Joshua picking all the good shots at the moment. Whyte not throwing back much at all.
And we talked about earlier in the fight how Whyte was always first. Now Joshua is starting to take the tempo away from Whyte. And he's doing a good job of getting off the numbers of punches.
And Whyte is breathing very, very heavily now.
And I think Whyte is kind of volunteering to move back. He's not been driven back with Joshua. I think he's running out of steam. The body shots that he's had to take, the powerful head shots as well, they definitely sap it out of you. But full credit to him, what a show he's putting up here.
Yeah, well, this is the kind of fight that's testing both guys mentally, but I think both guys will become better fighters off of an experience like tonight.
Well, I thought it'd be all over in 2. I'm not alone. So did David Hay. David, we've been proved wrong, haven't we? What do you make of this?
We definitely have. Dylan Whyte has come in with a great game plan. He's using his superior speed, and he's really put it on Anthony Joshua. And this is the first time I've seen Anthony Joshua take any flush shots. You know, his legs went a little bit, but he's holding it together, and we're actually seeing him having to dig a little deep here. You know, this is what professional boxing is all about. You can't just expect to hit people and have people fall over. Dylan Whyte is putting some tests in front of him. So far, he's passing the test, but it's getting very, very interesting. I'm really enjoying how this fight's unfolding. Now let's see what Anthony Joshua comes out with in the second half of the fight. As in the first half, taking too many unanswered punches. Punches a little slow. Let's see him find his second win and push into the second half of the fight now.
Thanks, David. David, of course, could be looking at a future opponent here. He's back in business these days. And who would have believed this? Round 6. Anthony Joshua has weathered a storm. He's landed some terrific shots on Dyllian Whyte. Whyte has soaked it all up.
Yeah, in a couple of rounds he was doing not too bad himself. A fair bit of damage, Whyte. It's been a terrific effort from him.
Joshua made an adjustment to that right hand. He's getting underneath it now. As opposed to before, he was going straight back, so he was either hitting him or at least driving him back. He's doing a better job of not losing ground on the jab. Even when Whyte jabs at him, Joshua's maintaining his distance. That way he's able to counter back like that.
And Josh is looking a bit more comfortable than he was a couple of rounds ago as well. He looks in grab, squat was low.
It was. Just to amplify what you were saying, Whyte is really struggling to land clean, isn't he?
Yeah, Josh is keeping him at the range that he wants him at.
Just a second ago, Whyte tried the same shot that hurt Joshua in round 2, that catching that right hand, the jab, and throwing your left hook, but Joshua was smart enough to catch it.
That accuracy and that hand speed are back for Joshua now. These combinations are ripping through Dyllian Whyte's defenses. Again, Whyte soaking it all up.
Now these were just kind of arm punches that Whyte was throwing there. I think he's really feeling the pace. Huge effort. I think the body shots have knocked some out of him as well. Oh, terrific. Needs a few more of those.
But Joshua took that one really well. No distress flares went up when that right hand landed. You wondered about Joshua's power and how that would hold up, Paulie. You wonder what kind of power Whyte is still carrying at this stage. And again, Joshua finding it too easy to tag him at the moment. But Whyte, to his commendable credit, keeps firing back every time he does get tagged. And look at this, giving it a go again.
I'll tell you what, even if Joshua's not throwing the thunder that he was before, he's still boxing nicely in spots. But every round this fight goes is testing both guys more and more mentally. Neither guy has gone this far, and it's just, they have to dig deeper and deeper. Even Joshua was winning the fight.
Well, Joshua will find out. It's finding out tonight what the game is all about. It was everything's too much his own way up to now. This is totally different. He's having to fight for every success he gets here.
It's a welcome to pro boxing in a way.
Yep.
And what are we finding out about Dyllian Whyte, guys? Are we looking at a potential contender in this division?
I agree. He's made a name for himself tonight, no matter how this fight ends.
Tagged there with a beautiful right-hand counter. And again, Joshua can't shift him. And then a switch from body to head again from Joshua. What a good fight this is. Way, way better than any of us were expecting, let's be honest.
Now, again, I keep saying what a terrific effort Whyte has put up. Can't match him for power, but he's matched him in every other department. Taking these bumps, he's been caught cleanly so often with the same punches that Josh has been knocking all these previous opponents out with, taking them and coming back to dish out his own. Yep, everybody believed this would be over in 2 or 3 rounds. Tell you, they're getting their money's worth tonight.
I tell you, if you're sitting at home with a betting slip saying points win, you might be going on holiday somewhere tomorrow.
Don't jinx it just yet.
Oh yeah, a long way to go. But who would have believed this? Yeah, do not adjust your set. Round 7. We never ask for a scorecard from Jim Watt when Anthony Joshua is working. There's our first one ever. Joshua in control, but far from comfortable.
And we're only halfway through.
It's actually not accurate, my scorecard. I actually have given Whyte 2 rounds. I think we'll need to adjust that. Yeah, I'll give Whyte obviously the round where he hurt
Oh,
the
he's
shot.
got him.
Terrific!
Finally got him. Is this the breakthrough? Whyte looking to hold on.
And this time he is holding, unlike he did in round 1.
Rocked by that big right hand. Joshua looking to size him up. Gets another right hand through. Whyte looking to try and hold. Lands a right hand of his own. Terrific response again from Whyte.
He's in shape. I tell you, to get through all this stuff, he's in shape.
Incredible that Whyte is still there. Joshua not letting him off the hook. Howard Foster having a close look now.
But as long as Whyte returns fire once in a while,
Which he is doing. But
Foster
look at the
can't
legs.
stop it.
There's a grin from Whyte, but the legs are betraying him, and down he goes.
He's hurt. The way he went down.
Surely no way up here for Dyllian Whyte. It's stopped. It's over. Dramatic and unbelievable at the finish. Joshua asked a lot of questions tonight. Came up with the answer when it mattered, and it was a brutal finish.
I think White's still trying to get up.
White's still in some distress.
I think he thinks the fight's still going on. Like he's trying to beat the count or
Well,
something.
they've got the paramedics in there with the oxygen.
I think it's just the fighter's pride. He doesn't want to be on the floor. They're forcing him to stay on the floor. Well, it's just a precaution. They're giving him oxygen. That was an energy-sapping fight. He is exhausted and he's hurt. So the medics are doing the right thing. But full credit to Anthony Joshua. He turned it on when it was needed.
Whyte still on the floor.
Oh, that answers the question about whether Joshua was going to maintain his power as the rounds progressed.
Absolutely.
He did it in resounding fashion.
Just listen to that reaction. The reception from a packed O2 arena. It was not plain sailing tonight. But the buzz, the hype that is building around Anthony Joshua, fight by fight, just took another big leap forward. What is 2016 going to bring for this man? Whyte is on his feet, being led back to his corner, which is good to see.
Yeah, in such a grueling fight, the punch resistance is not quite the same. I mean, Whyte, over the last couple of rounds, you can see Whyte, he was giving it all. He was busting a gut to stay in the fight. He wasn't really making any impression on Joshua, but the courage he was showing and the toughness, but it was going against him. And at that stage in this kind of fight, and the punch resistance maybe not quite what it was when you were a little bit stronger, but what a terrific effort to put on.
You get a real sense that meant so much to Anthony Joshua. Credit to Dyllian Whyte. What an effort, what a performance.
That was an entertaining fight.
Oh, it really was. And remember, there was a point there, and I think the second round, guys, we thought, hello, are we in for a real big shock?
Yeah, I mean, Whyte had some really good moments in that second round.
But Joshua answered some questions. He's going to get those questions, of course, the more he goes up. This fight, in terms of the big picture, will do his career no harm again. Let's have another look at the finish. It was clinical.
A shot that it was a right hand from the side as opposed to the 1-2 straight right hand, so that kind of surprised Whyte.
And it caught him in the temple as well, and quite often that's the punch. The toughest guys you've ever seen get caught there, and it scrambles their brains.
But you see, it's an unorthodox shot. Usually the right hand comes straight. He throws it from around the side, and it kind of shocked Whyte. He didn't see it coming.
Yeah, but that's the same punch in the jaw. It might drop you. If it doesn't, you can recover from it quickly. But the side of the head there, it just scrambles your brains, and you don't recover from it, and he never got the chance to recover from it.
Yep.
Full credit the way he coped with it. He grabbed hold, he ducked, he dived. Then when the time was right, he tried to throw back. But by that point, in an exhausting fight, I think it had been knocked out of him. And there's the finisher. Terrific uppercut.
You knew there was no way back from that.
Yeah, you could tell the way he went down. He was lifeless.
Right in front of us as well. It was a wicked shot to finish with. A lot of pent-up frustration in that uppercut. And it just destroyed Dyllian Whyte.
Yeah, the power, the strength, the energy, when he finally fully got on top, poured it on. Terrific finish from Joshua. Full credit, we're giving a lot of credit to Whyte. Obviously, he deserves it. But we've got to give it to Joshua. He's the man who come out on top, did what had to be done.
Well, it's so good to see Joshua winning tough rather than winning easy, isn't it? We've had the easy wins. We've enjoyed the highlight reel knockouts. He really had to dig in here against an opponent who wanted it just as much as he did. That's what it means to him. For the record, he adds the British heavyweight title to the Commonwealth crown. Following the likes of Lennox Lewis, will he follow Big Lennox and become a world champion, following in the footsteps of Tyson Fury as well? That's for the future. Right now, he can celebrate winning the British title, the Lonsdale belt. But there's a lot to reflect on from this night in the Joshua camp. And for Dylan Whyte, he can certainly come again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute, 27 seconds, round number 7. The winner by knockout victory, now 15-0, 15 KOs, and he is the unified Commonwealth and British heavyweight champion, the fighting pride of the UK, Joshua Anthony.
There goes the belt, Lord Lonsdale belt, placed round the waist. Oh, I'm sure an absolutely delighted Anthony Joshua, a relieved in many ways Anthony Joshua. Dylan Whyte.
And I don't think they embraced after the fight.
I'm not sure.
See them talk.
No, and Whyte is now leaving the ring as well. So maybe this bad blood continues just to bubble away. There's so many people in that ring. Ed Robinson, I believe, is in there somewhere. Goodness knows. Ed, if you're there, good luck with trying to get near the new British champion.
Yeah, Anthony just posing for a few photos and talking to Jonathan Banks, the trainer of Dylan Whyte. Some respect there. I'll see if I can interrupt in a second.
Congratulations.
Anthony, congratulations. What a way to win the British title.
Well. It turned into a street fight at the start. Lovely reception here. Lovely reception. Thank you very much.
Soak up that atmosphere.
Soak up the atmosphere, yeah, because it's a tough fight. I made it tough for myself, but that's what I need. I'll rematch Dylan because I need the experience. He come out, he gave me rounds, I learned a lot. And as I said, now I can look forward. Some mistakes I made in there that I can't take to top level. But that's why Dylan was a perfect fight for this stage. You know, there's no rush. And I'm going to keep on building and building and building until I make my mark in this heavyweight division.
Why did you fight such an emotional fight? Was it because of the rivalry from the amateurs and the build-up?
It's not about the rivalry. I just knew I had the strength to knock him out. So I went for it when I saw him hurt in the first round. But you got to remember, from 1 to 4, they can soak it up. And then I found my way, found my rhythm, listened to my cornerman. And as the rounds went on, I started relaxing. And then I saw certain shots that I could throw, because certain other shots weren't working. So that's why it's good to have the 12-round fight so I can perfect what I'm doing. And I had the same power I had in the first round in the 8th, and that's why I managed to get him out of there at one stage.
Great for you, as you say, getting those rounds. You need that for your career, but you did seem very stiff in the shoulders, maybe loading up a bit too much early. And then there was that melee after the first round. What's your take on that?
Then there was the
melee after the first round. What's your take on that? Did you hit him after the bell?
I don't know. It's a fight, really, so you're going to keep on punching. If someone's punching you, you're going to punch back. That's what it is. So that's why the ref's in there, to break it up, because we would have been fighting 36 minutes without no break. But that's why we got a ref. He split it up. I don't know who hit who after the bell.
As we say, a great ending. What did you prove this evening?
Not much. Just that I got the British title. And I've done it for all the people that come out tonight. So big respect to everyone that believed in me. It was tough, but they believed in me. I listened to my coach, and it's just what I needed at this stage. People say, can you take a shot? I took a couple silly ones. People say, oh, can you go the rounds? We went further than I've ever been, and I still managed to get him out. So I learned stuff about myself, and I can take that into 2016. And everyone, have a lovely Christmas, and thank you for coming out and get home safe. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You were tagged in the second round with a left hook. You recovered well, but were you hurt?
It's more to the fact that you're loading up. That's all it is. It's just emotion. So you fucking get hit, you're fucking all over the place. You get yourself back together, and then you carry on doing what you're doing. It's an art boxing. It happens. You're getting hit by 18-stone guys, and you just got to keep your cool, really. That's all it was, a balance thing. You get your balance back, you keep on doing what you're doing. There was no way that I was going to let him catch me with stupid shots. Is that my dad? I don't think anyone's ever seen my dad. That's my old man. So big up to my old man here.
Yeah.
That's for him.
Very good, very good, very good. I love you. I love you.
Yeah,
That's the reward of hard work. No steroids like our friends talk about. This is hard work. Right?
Yeah, so you can see my family are happy. But we've got to keep cool because it's a long road. I'm just happy to get the British title. And now on to the next stage. It's a tough game. Shout out to my boy Luke Campbell, Mitchell, Spike, everyone who took part tonight that didn't get the decision. Just go back to the drawing board and start again. Dyllian, come to fight. That's not the end of him. But you got to respect everyone. But I'm going on to higher things now after I got rid of him. So thank you again.
Did Dyllian win your respect for taking so many shots?
No. Not really. Not really. No.
What happens in 2016 with your career, Anthony?
Bring in the promoter, please.
I will do then. Eddie, what is the plan going forward?
Well, keep coming, filling the O2 with fans like this. You know, he's made the O2 his home, and tonight he got drawn into an emotional fight. He had to show a lot of heart. We know he's got the skill, we know he's got the speed, we know he looks like $1 million. But tonight he showed that he's made of the hard stuff. Respect to Dyllian Whyte. He brought it, he gave everyone great value for money tonight, but the journey continues for Anthony Joshua. And I believe 2016 will bring a world title shot. But that was the fight that Anthony Joshua needed. He learned so much from it, and the finish was absolutely devastating.
Well done, a coming-of-age performance.
Well, you know what?